Hi guys, it's MJ and currently we are in Del Sol Valley. So, I promise you I have something special to show you guys. This something special is a build creation of mine that I wanted in my game for a while, and it's sort of my answer to the big gaping gap hole that is in the gameplay of the Sims 4 Get Famous. So, let me take a moment to go into the game and get into the map really quick. If I hit F real quick, well, first of all, let me get out of tab, hit him, and I'm going to show you guys the map of Del Sol Valley. And also, to those of you who are new, welcome to my channel. You're watching Plum Bob Diaries with MJ. I'm MJ, I'm your host, I'm your gamer, I'm your simmer. I am a channel all about storytelling and built for storytelling and for cool gameplay features because I love all things Sims 4. So anyway, in today's video, I want to talk about Del Sol Valley, and I have this really cool build I want to show you guys. So this build was inspired by gameplay that I wanted to have in my build, in my save file. So if you guys know, you get 3 neighborhoods in Del Sol Valley. So you get the starter neighborhood over here, which is called Mirage Park. Love this down. Amazing. It's only 3 lots though. And so I wish there was a lot more, because I'm the type of person that I want to do a whole storyline. I want family members on the block, friends on the block, love interests, all of that. I want it to feel like a bustling, robust, immersed story and world. Now, over here is sort of like our community district where we can find the commercial lots and go out and, spend a night out on the town. So this is Starlight Boulevard. This is where we have the original PBB, what is it called? PBJ or PB something lounge, in which we, can attend the award ceremony. I believe there's a park here by default. There's a comedy club or, average club, I should say. And then there's the up and coming hub spot or higher club, and then there's the museum. And then over here is the Hollywood Hills area, which is, after you've made your rise to fame, you would go here and, either buy or build an enormous house to live out the rest of your career. Now, do you guys see what I see? Comment down below if you know what's missing. You have the starter area in the finish and no in between. So it's almost like you start from the bottom, you work your way up through the career, and you stay in the bottom until you can afford the house on the hill. And I thought, how strange is that? I really want a place that's a middle ground that says, hey, my sim is no longer living with their mom in Mirage Park anymore, or in their 1-bedroom studio apartment or whatever lot you have as their starter home in Mirage Park here. I wanted something that said they're not at that level anymore. They've got a few gigs, they've got a reoccurring income, and they're doing well. They're not 5-star celebrity, but they're on their way to a whole different life. And I thought there really should be something here, or at least another neighborhood or something. And so I came up with an idea featuring the Sims 4 For Rent gameplay pack. So let's get into it. I'm going to get out of the map mode, and I had myself in tab because, I wanted to really immerse in the city that is Del Sol Valley. In particular, this Starlight Boulevard. So I'm like, okay, I know I don't want to build in Mirage Park and I don't want to build in the Hollywood Hills. What's the perfect area for middle ground for what I want to do? And I thought, this little lot over here, right here, is a perfect lot. Now, as you can see, it's a little, away from the nice landscaped Boulevard over here. But what I like about it is that's perfect for the storyline. It's perfect for if you want to play out the storyline of like, I'm on the rise up to fame. You know, I've got a little traction. I'm not a nobody anymore, but I'm not, people ain't falling out for me. So I picked this perfect spot. So let me get on over to my property manager over here. For those of you who are new to the channel, this is my reoccurring property manager, Sunny Boulevard. He is the property manager for a couple of places in the sunny worlds of The Sims 4. This includes Oasis Springs, Del Sol Valley, and San Sequoia. And today he's going to help us explore this beauty right here. Or somewhat of a beauty, I should call it. So I am a storytelling simmer. I build for storytelling, and when I build these things, I have other players in mind, other players who are like me, who enjoy storytelling, who love storytelling, and who want to play out these different storylines. So in saying that, this build, I wanted it to look a little, rough around the edges. Like it's nice, it's better than Mirage Park, but it ain't 5-star luxurious. It's a good in-between for when you want to play out that, modest to mid-level sort of gameplay aesthetic. So yeah, let's get into this. First of all, if you like what you see, and if you like what you'll see on the inside, let me go ahead and plug myself. bb.enable free build. All right. So if you are interested in this, I will show you guys all of this. I'm going to show all the units anyway. But this is called Del Sol Tower Apartments. I'm going to turn the lights off too because we don't need those. This is called Del Sol Tower Apartments. It features 3 units on this lot. It is, let me show you how big it is. It is a 30 by 30. It comes on this cool looking lot in Del Sol Valley. I made it specifically for this area, but we have other 30 by 30 lots in the game. If you want to use this for something else, you can, but I definitely made it to be inspired by that LA apartment building aesthetic that I've seen, that I've saved on my mood board in Pinterest. So these were literally based off of real life layouts for LA apartments, and it was really fun bringing this to life. So yeah, if you want this and are interested in this, I'm telling you now, you can find it under Del Sol Tower Apartments, under the lot dimensions 30 by 30. And if you're like me, I just ignore the lot value because I build for storytelling, not for price range. So this is not a rags to riches sort of like, play as property manager to buy this. No. Everything that's in here is made for storytelling. So if you want this, you can find it on my gallery, Marsh Attack 12. And you can find other things. I just built a police station. I have a playground lot type. I have a rec center, a campgrounds, a mansion, all of that good stuff. Go check out my gallery, Marsh Attack 12. Anyway, so let's get into the tour. So right now, actually, let me minimize that. We have the main floor. So let me go down. First of all, I can't show you the inside without showing off the exterior. Look at her. Isn't she so realistic? I love that. I love when things look so basic and so real and a little grungy. Like, comment down below if you're that type of player just like me, who loves a little grungy build, a little rough around the edges. I just think it's so beautiful. But yeah, this was my take at making something that's an in-between. Like, I'm not in Mirage Park and I'm not in the hills, but we need something for those, up and coming stars. And then on the side of the building, we have the amenities courtyard. So if you live here, you'll have access to this pool, this hangout area. So I wanted it to be a place that was reminiscent of what you could do in LA. If this is my imagination of what, parties in LA would be like. It'd be a place where you can go join a pool party, have some food, dance, especially with some string lights nearby and all of that. Hang out with friends if you want to. But yeah, it's pretty cool over here. And mind you, I made this some time ago, well before we have had adventure awaits or businesses and hobbies. So there are new objects that you can add here. I know you can add a slide here if you choose to. And you can also add the diving boards because we have that now. But it's been so nice seeing the evolution of the game. Now, the interesting thing about this lot is the entryways to the apartments are all on the back. And why do I have it like that? Guys, for a very cool reason. So we don't have elevators in the game, or at least we can't place elevators and have them function in the way that real life elevators would function. We just don't have that ability yet in The Sims. Or at least in The Sims 4. So I made this because I'm someone who cares about other Simmers. I'm going to go down to each floor without spoiling it for you. I'm going to go off cam for a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, here we go. So I just want to surprise you guys. So I'm gonna reveal everything moment by moment, because everything deserves its own special, camera ready shot. Anyway, so this is basically the foyer of the apartment build, and I love this because, let me go in tab mode real quick. It's so reminiscent of a real building. So you come through the entryway door, and you have a couple of different areas. I know you see these different doors. I know you're probably wondering, where do they lead? I'll show you. So this here is the property manager's office. Makes sense, right? If you're interested in renting here, you can come here. I mainly made this because as someone who loves gameplay and storytelling, I'm like, if you ever want to play as property manager, it'd be cool if they had a place to go. So this was my idea of a property manager's office. Now, ideally, I would put a computer here, but I knew I was not going to be here all the time, and I didn't want random Sims in this particular office pretending to be a property manager. So that was me looking out for my storytelling. But yeah, it's just a basic room, and it just has the essentials that really give office. And again, it's not super bougie, but it's also not crappy and run down either. So it's a good mix. So I really like that. And let's go on. So on the other side of the lot, we have like our, what I like to call the business center amenity. So this is something that happens in a lot of apartment builds. I, for one, have not had this amenity to where it's like we had a media room, or like free Wi-Fi and computers in my apartments that I've been in. But I know there are many like big apartment buildings that offer like a whole room or even wing of the building to, these free amenities. So my inspiration for this would be, this is a room. If you want to come here to use it to take some time to yourself, you can. So there's an archive machine. If you ever just need to just chill down here and get your skills up in something in particular, you can. If you want to bring your tablet, you can come and sit there. If you have a laptop, you can come and bring it and do some work. If you're a freelancer, this will be perfect. But yeah, just basically having that amenity here. And I love that, guys, you can actually have this be a functional place for your sim to go to get out of their apartment. So yeah, And then there's a little bookcase over here if you just want to come down here and just chill and read. So maybe you have a sim and their kid, and you're doing your business on your laptop and your kid needs something to do, they can just read a little book. So I love that. Also, clock the damn bars on the window. Like, I love this. And I've only put them on the bottom floor. So once I found out this hack, I just fell in love with it. So if you have never seen this object, these are literally bars for windows. It is cedar bars. They came with the Sims 4 Snowy Escape. And I was like, I remember seeing this here and I'm like, these kind of look like bars. I wonder what it would look like if I put it over a window. And I did that and I was like, mind blown. Do you know how many other builds I'm going to use this for when I really want to play up a shady neighborhood? Especially since we have burglars in the pack now. Now, I made this before burglars were a thing in The Sims 4, but imagine, had I made this at the time and, prep this for burglars to come visit. Oh my gosh. So cool. But anyway, that was our extra room, our what I call business center. And then of course I have to have a restroom. I know, ignore the door. The door has windows to a restroom. I know that's not, it looked good to me, y'all. Sometimes I be making a decision because it's aesthetically pleasing. So if you don't like it, you can swap it. But if you all for the aesthetics, enjoy this door. But yeah, I just put a little restroom here and I made it family friendly because I don't know what you guys may want to do. So you may want to live here with a toddler. So I made sure that you had that option. Now, as we continue on, another thing that the For Rent pack came with is the new mail mechanic / feature. So we got new mailboxes that came with the For Rent pack. You don't have to use those mailboxes. I decided to use the mailboxes that came with Snowy Escape because they were the hanging wall ones. Since Snowy Escape, we've had extra mailboxes that came with, what was it, businesses and hobbies? Yeah. So now we have extra door hanging mailboxes. But these were cool. I thought they matched the aesthetic. You only need one for this particular gameplay because all of the tenants, I'm looking up as if you could see all of the tenants, but all of the tenants in the building, they only go to one mailbox, so it really doesn't matter how many you put. But anyway, there's this feature in For Rent in which your tenants, they come out to the mailbox and they check these and they may get, other than paying your bills and all of that, you may get things in your mailbox from time to time. And there's also like a special coupon that may come, which gives you like a percentage off and whatnot. And I really like that. I am a geek. Look, for little gameplay mechanics like that, I love it. Love it down. Love seeing a neighbor at a mailbox. I do. And then I wanted to make this believable, so I put some debug packages here so you could tell these low poly textured packages are from Debug, but they do look believable. And then I sized up the clutter objects from the Everyday Clutter Kit, and that looks believable as well. These little bills on the floor, they either came with Get Famous or City Living. So yeah, that's very telling of a place. Now, this little area over here is the gym amenity room. So it makes sense that for an apartment building of this nature, you would have an on-site gym, which I think is cool because Del Sol Valley, like, it has so little lots. So it makes sense that, if you don't have a club membership, or you running out to Oasis Springs to use the gym, you could just use the gym at home. If your sim is that sort of, bodybuilder or just physically inclined. And plus, we've got new gym equipment now, At this current moment, we've got the Adventure Weights pack that launched, and it came with the new weights and a spin bike, and also a little, protein smoothie machine. Well, not just protein smoothie, but the whole smoothie blender. You can dub this out and add a little feature protein bar if you wanted to. But yeah, so cool. And last but not least, through this little area, oh, I love how I put this little cork board. Imagine a bulletin board for the events that happen in your neighborhood or in your building. How cool is that? And then I put a little speaker for ambiance, just to have a little music when you're out on this floor. So basically, this is the shared floor, and where you'll see a lot of your residents coming and going about. Now, I wanted laundry on site. When I first heard you could do laundry in The Sims 4 for rent, I lost my mind. And I started making a bunch of apartment builds with laundry units in them. So, yeah, I'm very happy about this one too, because this really portrays laundry room. We use these little believable baskets from the Parenthood pack, and we also got vending machines. I took one from high school years and one from Get to Work, the ones that don't kill you. I don't think that this one, let me not say that, the ones that don't unalive you. Hopefully I don't get a strike from YouTube for that. I'm still getting used to my wording and being someone that actually records myself on YouTube. So this is a process. Work with me, y'all. But anyway, yeah, hopefully that one doesn't hurt you, because I know the Snowy Escape ones do. I'm thinking of y'all. I'm thinking of myself when I'm building these things, and I'm thinking of my gameplay, and I know I don't like my Sims dying on accident, so I try to avoid that. Comment down below if you're the same like me. I want to know your opinion. And we have the back exit that leads to the actual units. But before we go there, we have the side exit as well. The side exit and the stairwell to the basement. So over here, you guys saw from my exterior view, we have the outdoor area. You can see one of our residents, a little boy, is out here just jamming it up. And then, garbage is over here as well. So anyway, if we go downstairs, first of all, I want to get this out the way. How do I get out of all of this? Because I forgot what's the, is it inventory? One of these gets the menu out the way. There we go. Alright, so I'm going to take you guys down in the basement. And, over here, I need somewhere to put the essentials for, utilities and all of that. So, what's so funny is I prepped this lot before the For Rent pack came out. So I made this before For Rent came out. We knew about it. We saw all of the promo, the commercials for it, the trailers that the Sims team dropped, and then a lot of us Simmers in the community. This was before I had a YouTube channel, mind you. This was years ago. But yeah, a lot of Sims YouTubers, they created lots before the pack even came out, and it was so cool to see everybody's take on apartment builds. So I love that. So anyway, I knew I had to have spots for these two things in particular. So this needs to get checked on. It's actually broken. Oh my gosh. So my property manager has to get on that. He has not been here. But anyway, I knew that there's needed to be a space for the electrical fuse box, and then another space for the water heater. So y'all see how believable this is? And for gameplay, I figured why not add a little workbench if you really want to play up the property manager role. And then also I put another space in here because maybe you just want to have extra space in the basement. So I don't know if you want to put a bed down here. If your property manager does not live on the lot, this was one of those buildings where I did not picture a property manager being on lot, but if you want the property manager to actually live on the lot, you can add a fourth unit here for the property manager that's solely just the bed and bathroom. But also, if you just want an area that's just a craft area, or you just need a basement for a basement related activity, like what's that one with the horse ranch where you have to put the nectar in the basement for the benefit? Yeah, you could do that if you want to and claim it as one of the unit storage. But yeah, it is here for your convenience. Alrighty, so that is basically all of the bottom floor. Thank you guys for tuning in so far and for checking this out with me. But yeah, I promise you, you are going to be blown away by the units that I have. So anyway, like I was saying before, a lot of these units I thought about people who play with the walls half up, half down. And I'm someone who plays with the walls fully up, but that does not mean that I don't have my people in mind. I have my fellow simmers in mind when I build. And so, as I'm sure you all, my memory lane builds and all of my old builds, and sharing with you what I used to do, how I gotten better, and what I do for those of you looking for builds. My builds just got better and better over time, and this is definitely a build that I am proud of for having that in mind. So anyway, as you can tell, I'm at the back of the lot of the actual building, and this is where the entrances are. Now, why are the entrances this way? Well, for viewing purposes for my fellow simmers. So anyway, once you go through this slide, actually I'm going to go in live mode because I just realized this door is highlighted. I need to knock on it. I have one resident who lives in the building so far because my property manager, he's been busy with other things. So we haven't made the other residents for the other units. But what I can say is each one of these units, like I said, there are 3 units. Where is he at? He's taking a while. Oh, come on. Can you go already, sir? I'll put you guys in the ambiance. But yeah. Hopefully nobody starts a fire while I'm just walking to the door. But anyway. As you can see, just walks up the stairs. How believable is this that you walk up a balcony to your entrance? Alright, and now I'm loaded in. Great. So, anyway. Now, I'm going to show you guys that. No, you know what? I'm going to do I'm going to reveal it slowly. I'm going to go tab mode. And, actually, let me put the camera a little lower. There we go. Go in tab mode and feast your eyes on the first unit. So, this first unit, again, this whole building was inspired by the Get Famous gameplay. So all of the units kind of have a theme to them on what kind of rising star resident lives here. So this particular unit is for a hairstylist slash makeup stylist. More so of a hairstylist. I really hope we get the hairdresser hairstylist career in the game like we did in The Sims 3. I would love that. Hopefully we have that in the future, or the soon to come future. But anyway, this is the kitchen. I had just got Home Chef Hustle, was so excited about it. Again, the year was 2023. I heard about the for rent pack coming out. I was prepping, and of course this, being an LA inspired apartment build, this is definitely a layout that was copied from an actual LA apartment tour. And a lot of them had these doors that, once you enter the apartment, you're right into the kitchen. And the kitchen was like this, a little galleyway nook. So that's what I did. And this particular unit has like all modern fixtures. So I thought this was so cute. If you like this, go ahead and download this from the gallery, y'all. I'm telling you. Also, another thing that came out, was it this same year? The Modern Luxe Kit. Now I won this. Shout out to Savi That Simmer, because I won this because she had a giveaway going on. And Amazing YouTuber, by the way. Check out her stuff. But I love the Modern Luxe kit down. Like, it's so nice. It's so, if you want to play out that like bougie aesthetic or like glam girl, perfect. Perfect kit for that. But anyway, this is just like a little entryway table right off of the kitchen, and there's a little leaning mirror to check yourself, courtesy of that pack again. I even used the chandelier from that kit as well. Now this table, so cool. I love, 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 love this table paired with these chairs. Now, if you've never seen these chairs before and you're wondering like, where the heck do you get the, I don't remember seeing those chairs at all. These chairs are from high school years. Let me actually go into build mode so you can see. Because it may have like a different default swatch. So this chair is called Son of a Sasquatch. It's in white, but its default swatch is blue. So you probably pass over it by default because, you know, who by default just randomly wants a blue chair. But anyway, what inspired this whole like dining room setup is just me being a Sims 4 fan. I watch content on YouTube all the time, and I am a fan of Jasmine Raditz. If you know who I'm talking about, go show her some love, because she is a Sims 4 player. She builds mainly realistic builds. She, you know, she is CC'd down. So a lot of her stuff is involving custom content, but she had this one build in particular in which it was like the house of a baddie. She was like making a home for this entrepreneur who did like lashes and hair and all of that. So yeah, but kind of like the same thing here. Like, I really wanted the aesthetic of a girly girl woman who would live here, like a really glammed up woman. And so though Jasmine didn't have these particular, because she uses CC, I was like, I love the big backness of the chair. I just made up a word, but literally I loved how it was just a fur chair next to a glass table. And yeah, I was like, what's the closest thing we got to that? Because I love that look. And so I believe this is a city living table. I don't think it's a base game table. If you want this combo and you love it, yeah, go ahead and try it out. Let me turn the unit lines off, grid off too. But yeah, if I'm right, oh no, it's not even city living. This, you could get this table in your game right now. It is a base game table. It's a base game glass table. Nice. And I didn't think I'd ever use this base game glass table for anything. This is the default swatch. I don't usually use like metal legs, so that's probably why I never noticed it before. But it's nice in this white swatch. And it pairs well with these chairs. So if y'all want this dining set, check out this combo. Put this combo together. High school years chairs with this base game table. I'm telling you, it's a vibe. And it's always good to put a little chandelier above your dining set anyway. Alright, back to the tour, guys. So another thing that I felt went well for this like glammed up woman, or like, what do I call her, a stylist? No, because mainly what I have for her in mind of the resident who lives here is someone who does hair, and she'd be on the rise to fame, like doing, you know, celebrities hair. Maybe she starts with like, you know, non-celebrities, and then she meets like a one-star celebrity, and then just moves up the ranks. So that was my thinking behind this. So yeah, she would be like this, like nicely, you know, have this cool aesthetic, glam girl aesthetic. This is the couch set that came with Growing Together. Now, when this couch set came with that pack, it was definitely interesting. I definitely got modern vibes from it. But I forgot how I discovered this. I think I was just, as I usually be doing some house tours that were non-Sims house tours. I actually watch real life house tours on like HGTV, and like people just showing me things from their YouTube videos that they recorded of their, you know, old school house tours from the 80s or whatever. This is actually a set from the 80s. Now I know a lot of the I want to say high school stuff was like inspired by like 80s furniture as well, and it's like blending into modern. Anyway, I thought it was a really nice set, and something about the shape of it just gave like modern but like feminine, and I was like, ooh, yeah, that really matches what I'm going for. And the table, I just went with the table that it came with. So I was like, you know what? It's Eden. Let's go ahead and keep it. So anyway, so yeah, this is the living room. Let me get my camera down. It's a little high. All right, there we go. So another thing that I did is the mirrored wall. This is something that I've seen often in a lot of homes that I actually went to, like in real life. Of I don't know, you guys may know what I'm talking about. It may be an old thing that people do. I'm not sure if they do this anymore, but put like these three mirrors up next to each other, and they're like decorative mirrors. I like it. I like it. It definitely fit the vibe, and I was like, you know what? Yep, let's do that for our living room. Now, as far as like the entertainment unit, she ain't got much of it. I'm in tab mode, so you really can't see the bookcase. Yeah, there we go. So, yeah, very nice, slim, modern bookcase and fireplace as well. She even got the little bougie drink tray over here. Very nice. So, over here, all of the units have this floor to ceiling window too. So, yeah, you get this, because I'm like, this unit is so like, it's kind of limited on windows because everything is kind of like in the center. The main house is in the center of the apartment build, so you don't have much windows, but the window that you do have is floor to ceiling, and that's a great amenity. Ignore this door right here. I never noticed this in the actual build, but that's why I be going through this memory lane series with you guys, to show you like I find things in my old builds that I'm like, I didn't even know that I put that there. But yeah, I definitely have those moments. Anyway, each resident has their own balcony, and I put little clutter items on each balcony to kind of give off or imply the personality of each resident for the balcony. So this woman would definitely like a little peaceful area in her life, you know, dealing with clients all day. She needs somewhere to chill and have a glass of nectar. And I'm gonna start with, there's two sides to the house. So over here is just the master, or what I like to call primary bedroom. So here is our like bougie glam girls hairstylist bedroom. And as you can see, it matches the aesthetic of the living room. So yeah, we got this pleated bed that came with the Modern Luxe kit. I basically used the entire Modern Luxe kit for this. Let me see, is that Vintage Glamour wallpaper as the accent wallpaper? It may be. Grew on together bookcase to have in the bedroom. We have blankets on the floor plus the pillow that came with the kit. Those blankets in the basket came from Eco Lifestyle. The little poof over here, the little bench poof, Vintage Glamour. And then yeah, we also got these wardrobes which are also from Vintage Glamour. Vintage Glamour is a great pack for anyone that you are trying to give off a bougie vibe to. Like I just find it great, especially for glam styled Sims. These are awesome for that, and especially for gold accents. Like it's a good pack to have. Yep. So TV unit, a little bit of marble, a little bit of faux rug, amazing. And again, another little cart for her. She has like a little coffee mug with a book. Love that from the Book Nook kit. And you can't have a primary bedroom in LA without your own ensuite. So here we go. We have the ensuite. Very simple. All the residents have the same bathroom layout. They may have different fixtures because again, I'm a believer in, if they're gonna have the same layout, give them different personalities or different renovations at different times, you know, if it calls for it in their story. But yeah, that is the bathroom, and then right after that bathroom is a closet. Now again, each one of these units, they come with this walk-in closet. Now because this particular resident is a hairstylist, she has her own vanity here because she would be a glam girl. So I put that here, and of course I've got clutter items from the Modern Luxe kit. Y'all, again, it is a great kit. If you don't have it, please go get it because I love it. I love it because I just like that aesthetic, especially if you're someone who plays with bougie sims a lot. Like, it's great. Or just glam girls, if you have glam girl sims in your save, like, so good. Or glam guys. I don't want to be non-inclusive here. I have some glam guys in my save file who would love this down. So yeah. And then oh, I never used this pleated high back chair that came with City Living, but this was the perfect place to use it. So that's what I did. And even this lamp that came with Vintage Glimmer, I finally found a place for it. So yeah, this is the little walk-in closet for our hairstylist sim. And all right, let me give you the rest of the tour. There are 2 other bedrooms that come here. All of these units, by the way, are 3 bedrooms. So there's the primary, and then there'll be, you know, 2 rooms and a bathroom. So in this room, I'm gonna say that for last actually, because all of these units, I'm gonna tell you right now as you are watching. This is why I told y'all are in for some good stuff. I've been putting down gems all throughout the video. But anyway, all of these rooms, particularly in this room of each one of the units, I call that the workroom. And what's behind this door is pretty much the at-home workstation for that rising star for the Get Famous pack. So in this case, it's for the hairstylist. That room behind that door would be the hairstylist, their workroom. So real quick, before I get to that, I'm gonna build up anticipation. I'm gonna show you the other rooms in the house. Well, in the unit, I should say. So over here, this is a extra bedroom. Now this hairstylist does have a little boy son, so he has his own room. This is so child friendly. Look at this. Look at this. This is so cute. Had to work with the windows that we have. Usually I don't put things in front of the window, but I mean, it's cute in here. It's very cute in here, and I made the most use of the space with this positioning. But yeah, get into it. This guy, this little one, is a Void Critter fan. Has his little Void Critter station, and he's into sports and soccer. And he likes the color blue. So we just played with that theme, and we nailed it with that aesthetic. I like that poster set. That's really good. I hope we get even more Void Critter stuff in the game, because that's really dope. That is really dope. Got his little laundry outside of the laundry basket. So typical of a little kid. And had to make sure we had the nightlight, because if you don't have a nightlight ready for these children in The Sims 4, it's like all of them have the same nightmare about some creepy ghost under the bed. Anyway, the restroom. Similar to the other side of the house, we use the same plumbing features. Very modern in here. When you see the other units, it'll be slightly different, but with the same layout. And last but not least, the working room of our hairstylist. So, this is our hairstylist's working room. It is beautiful. Beautiful, 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 gorgeous. Now, before I show you guys around, let me make sure I'm still recording, because I feel like I've been talking for quite a bit. Alright, so I am still recording. And, yes, this is our beautiful hairstylist room. So I'm so glad I got to share this with you guys, because I'm so proud of these workrooms that I put in these units. So let me give you a tour. So basically, we got a little wall over here, which if you're gonna play as a hairstylist, I figured you would be playing it with the actual stylist career that comes in the game, because that career allows you to change up other sims on command. So you can use this as a pin board for inspiration, whatever, and then you can go out and actually, get clients. So that's a thing in the Sims 4. If you don't know, it's an update that happened years ago, prior to Get Famous, and yeah, they added it to the game. So if you want to play it up, it's the closest thing we have to a hairstylist career. But basically, the two branches are trendsetter and stylist. So I would definitely go with the stylist career, because that allows you to get more custom with how you dress the Sims that you work with as clients. And when I mean dress, I mean do their hair. So yeah, check that out if you want to, try out that gameplay. It's been a minute since I've actually done it, so I think I will actually try that out and do a gameplay series, a mini series. I think that'll be fun. And I thought, why not have like a little photo frame over here, like maybe for the hairstyles that you like doing, you take a little photo of it and put it in frames on the wall. I like that. And another thing is a little couch, because this is like a working room and office room sort of for a hairstylist. I figured your client can sit and wait in here if they need to. If you are prepping, look, I'll be trying to think realistically. Or if that client brought a plus one, that plus one could sit on the couch over there. So yeah. Also, we got lights, like actual like studio lights, to like, because she got to get her pictures right. Whatever hairstyle she does, she got to get it right. Now, if you guys are looking at this object and are like, what CC are you using? Because I've never seen that chair. Guys, this chair comes with Get Famous. So if you do not know, this is literally an object. I'm so glad they didn't put it in debug. It is actually an object you can use. It's an all-in-one styling station. So you can offer to style up their hair and their makeup with this chair alone, period. And there's an animation that comes with it as well. Now, you can't choose the hair when they do the little animation, but you can click on the sim and like change them up, and then whatever hair you choose and cast, that will be what's reflected. But yeah, I liked it. I thought it was fitting for our hairstylist sim, so I left it here. And then we played with some clutter items for the rest of the room. So we just got carts and like little storage units everywhere. So this is a clutter item that came with Parenthood. This is a clutter item that came with, what was it? High school years? I do not remember. Y'all making me go back in build mode. Look at, it's been a while since I visited this lot. Where is this from? The Everyday Clutter Kit? Oh, wow. I didn't know. Had no idea. Okay. I didn't know that. But yeah. So, Everyday Clutter Kit. You get that cool looking mirror over there. And then, where did this light come from out of nowhere? We got lighting coming off the window and making shadows. Okay, alright, I'm here for it. Anyway, we used other clutter from other packs. So, you get the little nail clutter that came with Spa Day. We got this clutter that is a makeup tray that also came with Parenthood, I believe. You get this little makeup clutter set that also came with the Everyday Clutter Kit, I believe. And then that one again from Parenthood. The little purse with lipstick down there is from the Modern Looks kit. And then we got base game nail polish as well as base game wipes. So very cute little, supply storage over there. Love that. This little cart is from high school years. And then, of course, we have to have a computer in the room, because how else are you going to actually, like, play up freelancing? Or I feel like everybody, all the Sims in the world of The Sims 4 need a computer just for basic functionality. I know that shouldn't happen. It shouldn't be a thing that we have to rely on the computer so much, but in this case for our hairstylist, I imagine her, saving her contacts, emailing others, and being able to play up that role well here. So yeah, so this has been the first unit. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy to have shared this with you. Let me go out of tab mode. And yeah, so that is the layout for our first unit here. Now, I'm going to show you guys our second unit. So I want to say in build mode, I don't need to load into this lot, but as you can see, it's sort of like the same here. Yeah, sort of like the same balcony. We put a little different color item because this would be our apartment unit for a musician. So let's get into it. You guys, look, I'm telling you, you in for a treat when you see the inside of here. So this one I definitely had, actually let me go in build mode. I definitely had like masculine energy vibe when I thought of this place. Get that out the way. All right, so we're in build mode. What in the world? Okay, I see. Each time I go in build mode, I'm gonna have to turn the eye on. I just want to make sure. I don't know why this turns off every single time. Like every time I visit a new unit. Okay, sorry guys. Had to take a quick detour because my goodness. They don't want to show you anything. Okay, let's start that over because you guys deserve a voila. Anyway. Ta-da! So anyway, this is our unit for our musician. Now, I apologize for my camera going faster. That's just what happens the higher you go and the more levels you have in a build. So, anyway, over here, my camera is actually a little low. Let's bring it up higher. Ooh. All right, here we are. So, the same as the other apartment. This is what I mean when I say they all have the same layout, but just different, finishes. So, like, there is a entrance door with an entryway. It's not glammed up or modern in here like the stylist downstairs, but for our little musician here, it's more industrial. We got the exposed brick. It's like modern with a touch of industrial. So we got stainless steel appliances, and we went with like a slick black aesthetic in here. So very nice. And instead of him having a dining table in the middle, he has this bar height table over here, because I imagine him and the guys, maybe they come and they hang out, or they have their friends over and they have a listening party in the living room, and they just chill and eat and grab drinks and put it on their bar height table over here. So I really like that. I have neon lighting underneath the cabinetry and against the wall. Why do I have that? Because I thought it was cool. I thought it would be cool for a musician to have like an apartment that sort of resembled like the nightlife of a actual lounge where they would perform at. So this is reminiscent of that, and it's very reminiscent of actual like homes that I've seen of other people who just, they like RGB strips and they literally have this in their like living rooms and whatnot. All right, so anyway, moving on, this is the living room for the resident that is the musician. We have the exposed brick wall. Again, it's a similar layout, same layout literally from downstairs. The only difference is the fireplace is on this wall. And again, these are what I like to think of as faux fireplaces. They're not real. They're not stationary. There are no chimneys here. So this is just a choice the property manager made to just put the fireplace on this side to have, switch it up a little bit. But yeah, as you can see, a wall-mounted TV as well. It's not the same exact one downstairs, but that just reflects the personalities of the residents here. So this was the musician's choice. Got a bookcase, of course, a little game console, because maybe he plays here, plays games in his spare time when he's not making music. And yeah, that is pretty much it. Of course, he had to have like a cool little speaker over here. So if you can't tell, again, I use the base game speaker slash radio, and this reflects the time of the game. So The Sims 4 came out in 2014, and it shows with this stereo, because I'm just now noticing, I believe that is an iPod slotted into the stereo. I didn't notice that before. I just wanted something that looked a little cool and like something that this sim would maybe want to show off. But yeah, that's an old school stereo. Anyway, let's go out to the balcony a bit. So I put like I know this resembles hookah and it's not hookah, but it is a really cool item. It is the bubble machine that comes with City Living, and I imagine, you know, this resident coming out with maybe his bandmates or rapper friends, I don't know, whatever storyline you want to go with, come out here and they just, you know, get some different bubble flavors going on and have a good time. So yeah, that is the dining, kitchen, and living area all together. Now we're going to check out the primary. This is the primary for our musician. As you can see, it's more simplified down here. It has, let me see, was it the same carpet or different? I want to say we did different flooring for each unit as well. But yeah, this is more like down to earth. I love the exposed brick. Love that. And as you can tell, I was going for a more masculine vibe, and I don't say that to put anybody in a box. I'm just saying, like, the colors that I kind of associate with masculine are these like nice dark tones. And like, as you can tell from my choice of furniture, we've got some more like hard edge furniture in here compared to like downstairs, and it's very simplified to reflect the guys' homes that I've been into and how there's like lack of decor. They barely have anything. Like, oh, like why you ain't furnish your house or whatever. So anyway, yeah, I thought this reflected the resident really well. And of course, just like downstairs, this unit also has their own ensuite restroom slash bathroom. Now, just like I said, it's the exact same layout. The finishes are different, so you could tell that this, you know, whatever renovation or choices that were made for this restroom, they were made at a different time than the one downstairs. I would assume that the one downstairs is the most recent renovation because everything looks so brand new and modern. And this is this resident's walk-in closet. Now this is a closet that actually looks like a closet. It's not a glam room because, again, this is the unit of a musician. So what you see in here is like, you know, things actually being used for closet space. So we got an old piano here that he doesn't use anymore, an old boombox over here that he doesn't use anymore, a little journal where he probably wrote his old songs, and yeah, just things in storage, a mirror that he uses to actually get dressed, his closet system, of course, and of course another actual closet, because why not? Because maybe this was the default for all the units before they were any renovations went on. So yeah, that is the closet for this guy. And yeah, let's go on back out. My camera's a little high. I'm gonna get down a little bit. All right, there we go, much better. And yeah, back out this way. Again, stay tuned because we're going to show off the workroom for our musician. Cool stuff in there. This is actually one of my favorite rooms in the entire like build for this lot. So stay tuned for that. Oh, also I put a strip on this wall too. I'm just now noticing the pink strip going across. So yeah, get into it. Now there's another room here, as you can see. I imagine this being the apartment of a single sim. So he's probably a guy that just like has his homie show up and just like spend the night, and like, dude, I'm working on a song, come over, listen to it, spend the night, that sort of thing. Or they may be the type to be like, okay, you know what, I want to go out to the nightclub tonight, come over. And then come back from a night of night clubbing, and the friend just stays over. This is just that spare bed. So yeah, like that. Very simple, to the point. Again, I love storytelling. I love storytelling builds. So you can make this room into whatever you feel like it. If you like this build, you can download it from the gallery and change it however you see fit. And again, my camera is a little high, so I'm gonna lower it down. All right, and then the bathroom on this side is the same as the other side. Is literally the same fixtures, just in reverse. And then last but not least, the working room for our musician. Ta-da! This is the studio. So you are greeted into this room, and I like the idea of like, look at this. They got a little hangout session over here. Like, imagine him and his boys come over for a little listening party, or like imagine him working on a beat or a track, and him being like, "You come over and see what I'm working on." I think that would be so cool. Got a couple CDs over here, maybe favorite CDs or whatnot, and he still plays them. So yeah, we'll go one by one. Guitar over here, because let's say they're really into music and guitar. We've got new guitars since I've actually made this build, so feel free to put whichever one you like the most. This cool little amp. This is actually a radio. I love this one from, what is it? The Machino Stuff Pack. So I thought it was very fitting. I know I should have probably chosen an electric guitar, seeing as how I have an amp literally right here. But I don't know where my mind was. But anyway, yeah. High school years is where we got this from. Yeah, I want to say that poster too was from high school years. Both of these should be from high school years. What was that one from for rent? I cannot remember. But anyway, yeah. I love those like records on the wall. Those are for sure from high school years. Very telling for this musician. And then again, we got this bookcase. This is the Moschino Stuff Pack bookcase, and it has records stored into the actual bookcase. Now I know now we have more record players. We've got like the one from the Party Essentials kit, the one from the what was that? I want to say the Bella Goth kit came with a really old one, and then the Don Lothario one came with one as well. So we've been getting, record players all over, but I love that. Now we've got a couple of workstations here. Of course, we got the mic that's right next to the PC setup. This is great for your sim to practice while they're at home, get their skills up for when they do go out into the lounge and want to perform. I love this. Also over here, like I said, it's also great to have a designated area for your sims to like work from home for the day. So I know your sim, like if they are into freelance music with the sims for Get Famous, if you didn't know, you can make you can make beats. It's called music producing in the Sims 4, and you can sell that off. So, but of course, you'd have to like communicate via computer and send it off to whatever company's asking for it or whatnot. So if you want to play that up, we have that right here. And again, I kept the desk set up as that RGB lighting and all of that to match the rest of the aesthetic of the house. And then I put like these little boards on the wall to simulate what do you call them? The noise canceling boards. What are those sound boards? I think they're called soundboards. So I wanted to simulate that. And then last but not least, we have the actual like music station. So this is called the music station object. It is the object that comes with the Sims 4 Get Famous, and it's part of the media skill. So if you don't know, if you hadn't had the pack or hadn't even explored the pack, my goodness, where have you been? But hey, y'all all my babies, because y'all all fellow simmers. And if you want to explore the gameplay, no, for real, you can literally click on this thing and start making beats and play around with it. You're literally crafting with sound. So it's a fun tool, a fun gameplay mechanic, and then whatever you have you can sell off for royalties or make money off of it. So yeah. And you know what? I didn't even notice there's a laptop here. It's a clutter item and it doesn't come off the table, but I do think that's cool. That is so cool. I didn't notice that before. But yeah, that is the working room for our musician. So cool. I think this is a nice chill spot. It matches the aesthetic, and I like the exposed brick all throughout the house. So yeah, this is very nice. Very, very nice. Comment down below what you think of this second unit, the musician's unit. I want to know, what's on your mind. So, all right. That's the second unit. We got one more to go. All right. So, we're going to go upstairs and travel up to the next floor. Let's go into build mode. We're still in build mode, aren't we? Yes, we are. So, at least I think we are. Am I in build mode? Yes, I am. Okay, great. So, this is the third unit, and this unit, I imagine, is a unit that is for a lifestyle influencer or just influencer in general. So, think of what's that like influencer career from high school years, but as an adult, like a literally influencer, someone who like gets paid to make videos or reviews of products and whatnot. And I wanted to simulate that with the packages outside the door, like maybe they just got some stuff ordered in and they're gonna do a review on it. So that's the vibe that I was going for. And you get a nice view, of the expressway. People might say this is like, oh my god, that's ghetto, or it's noisy, who would want that? But I think for The Sims, this is pretty cool. Anyway, so we're gonna go on in. Again, sorry for the speed. Look at my speed right now with just tapping the key. So again, that happens the higher you go up in any build. So I apologize. So let's go in. Now, as you can see, this unit is bursting with color, because again, this is for a nice a trendy influencer, someone who's up to date on the trends. They have a big personality, they're fashionable, but they're also charismatic and a socialite of some sort. So yeah, this is for our trendy influencer. So this is what the build is looking like. You come in, there's a cork board. I imagine this is someone who socializes a lot, so I did put the like pen pals cork board over there. I think that would be fun. We got photo frames over here because as an influencer, I imagine they have a lot of like Instagram selfies or just photos of themselves from being out or with friends or whatnot that they want on their wall. So yeah, little photo wall, little clutter item to reflect that. Their kitchen is very much a basic kitchen. Just a basic, simple kitchen. Comes with a little book over here for some recipes that they may want to try out. Maybe they saw it on SimTalk. And is that a popcorn maker? I was just filling the popcorn maker. You know what? I probably saw the color and was like, yeah, you did perfect in here. So anyway, I went with a color scheme of like this orange and teal sort of vibe. How did I come across that? I probably was inspired by the rug, honestly, or like that painting from Dream Home Decorator, but we will get into it. So, besides this cute little entryway that I have, a statement piece is this mirror that came with high school years. How cool is that for someone who's trendy and into like influencing? I think that is so cool. Um, Also, I got this player. I wanted all the units to have some sort of music device so that they can, have parties and have something to listen to entertain themselves. And so this one was a vinyl record player that came with, I want to say, the Modern Lux kit, one of my favorite kits. So beautiful. And then High School Years and Dream Home Decorator pretty much carried this unit in particular. So before we get into the living situation, check out this little dining set. Again, that is a table from Dream Home Decorator, and it's paired with high school years chairs, with this base game rug, and yeah, it matches. It matches our aesthetic in here. Dream Home Decorator paintings on the wall. We got what do we have over here? Ooh, jeez, I'm getting a little glitch as I'm going through the tour. But anyway, Dream Home Decorator painting on the wall. This is a sectional sofa. It is, yeah, rounded pieces at the corners. If you want to recreate this, I can show you how I recreated this. This is just, we got 2 round pieces on each edge. And then we got, 2 straight pieces, as you can see. 2 straight pieces here, 2 straight pieces on the edge. I just chose the straight piece that just so happened to have 1 arm. So when you click on this, it works just like the cabinetry that comes with the in the kitchen area. So when you click on the couch, you click on the other options, and then you're able to pick which part of the sofa you want. Now, Dream Home Decorator, is cool that we get sectionals like this. I love it. Love it down. I think it's beautiful and aesthetically pleasing. The downside about it is that gameplay wise, you can't do the other gameplay features you can do on regular basic couches. Like if you want to snuggle and watch a movie with your Sims boyfriend, girlfriend, you can't do that because the game treats this as just singular seating. So even if you have 2 Sims sitting down and they're like close to each other, it doesn't matter. The game sees this as this is one seat, this is one seat. There's no cuddling, available. So yeah, that's that's something that I want to do that a lot, but I don't get to. So I tend to don't use these sectional couches on homes in which I want, multiple Sims to interact with each other on. But this is nice, especially for a big group of people. Like I can see this Sim throwing a lot of parties, being the socialite that they are. Anyway, let's get into this TV because it's huge. This TV is, I think it's the base game TV. Yeah, nope, City Living. It's from City Living. It's a curved TV that came with City Living. And that makes sense that this trendy girl would have got this curved TV from some sort of event or from sponsor, who knows. And then this is a very basic patio over here out on the deck. Very simple, to the point. But yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. But yeah, I'm kind of speeding through this, but I really like that media console table at the bottom. I believe that's a wall piece from Dream Home Decorator, and I just connected the 2 together, the left and the right pieces, and that's how we got that super long unit. So if you want to try that out in your own build, please go ahead. I really love how we used up this, like, what do you call this? Like, it's like a light washed wood. I don't know. It's giving a light and airy feel to this place, and I like it. So just like before, we're gonna check out the primary room. Get into that accent wall. It's blue. We got a color scheme going on, guys. So here is our room for our influencer sim. So yeah, it's very colorful and matches the rest of the aesthetic of the house. Trendy lights over the nightstands, and cool curtains, and also wardrobe over here. So very nice. I think, what is this? I was gonna say, is this the only one that doesn't have a TV in the room? No, the musician doesn't have a TV in their bedroom, but that's okay. You can put one if you want to, but I think this is nice. Very, very nice. So, and then of course through here, we've got like trendy tile, like this old school Art Deco tile. Uh, we again have the same layout, just different fixtures. And this is our trendy girls closet. Now, it looks like a closet, and then of course we have like the rack that all trendy influencers have. They be having a little rack in the background with the clothes on it. So this item came with the Moschino stuff pack. Now if you want, you could swap this out for the high school years one if you want to. That came with like the thrifty store. I just chose this one because I can't remember if I have that rack in another place in this unit. And then of course we need to have this full size mirror on the wall. And it's a little messy in here because this influencer is literally, you know, always in and out of some clothes. So that's what that's about. Anyway, so let's go on back out. And oh, I just realized how much I love that blue backsplash over there. Yeah, very nice. So before we get into this working room, oh, I'm so excited. Let me make sure I'm still recording. I am. All right, so yeah, this house is just so lovely. I want to say for these other rooms, I don't think there's anything in here. Yeah, there's nothing in here because I pictured this would be a single person who lives here, probably doing well for themselves, made it out of Mirage Park, you know, being a little mini influencer and work their way up, and now they can work full time and they're able to pay their own rent. And yeah, this, they, you know, made this house a home. Well, this isn't the house, but they made this they made this unit a home with their choice in furniture and all the things that they picked out. Very nice. Oh, bathroom's the same on this side. Again, same layout. And last but not least, we come into the working room. Let me put my camera down a little bit. So here's the working room for our influencer sim. Ta-da! So as you guys can see, it's another trendy room. Still, we're keeping those colors maintained. So I know you see it. You know what this is. This is a grass wall. I had to have it. I had to have it because what's more typical and of a staple piece of an influencer than a grass wall? So I made this literally out of like, I want to say this is exterior plants that you can literally just put on the exterior wall, but I placed it indoors to give off the vibe that I wanted. Don't worry, they shouldn't decay. Anyway, besides that, you got the this is a streaming video station that comes with the Sims 4 Get Famous. So again, if you're not familiar with Get Famous, there are plenty of ways to gain fame and, you know, make money. So in this case, with this video station, you're able to make videos, and the more you upload, each one gives you some royalty funds, and you're able to make a living off of that. So this is a really cool object. I love this. When I first started playing with this, with Get Famous, you couldn't get me off this thing because it was so fun to play with. I really enjoyed it a lot, and I'm glad they put this in the game. Now, what I will say is that it's so huge. It's believable. I just wish that we had a smaller version too. Which I think they sort of added when they did the influencer career with the high school years pack. So Anyway, let me talk about that real quick, because the cool thing about this is that you can combo it. That being a career, I don't think you have to be a teenager to be a nano influencer. Because you can have that gig and also sell this, because you're not tied to a job or a 9 to 5 or hourly, you got somewhere to be. No, you can literally drop videos from anywhere, especially if you have a drone with you too. You can record right here at the video station. You can update this. You can add ring lights to it if you need to, but you can record literally right here. You can also record with the drone of your activities outside of your home, and yeah, you could just double make money. So you could sign up as the influencer, um, and carry out the task for that career. You could also use trendy to your advantage, sell outfits off of there, make extra couple bucks, and then you can also make videos about it right here. So that would be fun for gameplay. I might try that out as a little mini series as well. But yeah, that's what we're thinking. I also got paintings over here. I just thought they matched the aesthetic, so I had them leaning against the wall. And then these other items, I know you can't see, but sometimes tab mode gets rid of what's originally there. Now, okay, you can't see what was originally there. It must have got deleted. But most likely, I'm assuming it was some storage unit, or what could it have been? I made this so long ago. Trust me, the one on the gallery has all the objects in place. But you know what? Let's just put this down for right now. But yeah, I imagine like this sim gets packages that come in and they unbox them on camera. So this is a clutter item that came with the Sims 4 everyday clutter kit. And I imagine like they opened up the box and they did a review, so that's why that's sitting there. And they got a calendar to track when they post and upload. And then they also have this rack, which this is a high school years rack. So I thought it was cute and I wanted to add it. So yeah, that is the vibes of this place. So this is literally the working room for our influencer, and I've even shared how you can make money as an influencer. I actually shared a lot about how you can really, get into gameplay for all three of these different careers. So yeah, that is the layout of this unit. So that is the full build. I want to say this is like the longest build tour, especially with me not actually building. I did no building in the whole process of this tour, but I did yap my mouth off, and you guys stay tuned to the very end, so I appreciate it. So yeah, comment down below, what were your favorite parts? We checked out each one of the units. We had our influencer unit, we had our musicians unit, and we also had our hairstylist unit. So these were pretty cool. And not only that, we had the shared space floor where we had like a business center, the property manager's office, the gym amenity area, and then our laundry on site, plus the basement for our utilities, our water heater and our electrical box, plus the exterior for our, of course, up and coming, on the rise to fame launch parties, or just Hollywood, how you do it, parties. So yes, that has been my build. Again, I made this build with the intention to have like a middle ground for those on the rise to fame. They're not in the cheap grungy apartments that would be in Mirage Park, or if you had a starter home there, they're not there anymore. They've come up a little bit, but they're not in the hills. So this was the middle ground that I wanted, and this was my solution to that big giant gap or missing piece to Del Sol Valley. And I am pleased with the outcome. I would even make another attempt at this, because we're moving into 2026, And this was really, really fun. I definitely want to make more units for other career types. I think that would be very fun as well. But yeah, share your thoughts down in the comments. Again, if you are interested in downloading this lot, you want it for your save file, this is called Del Sol Tower Apartments. Again, it is a 30 by 30 lot, and you can find it on my gallery. You can find it under Marsha Tac 12, and I believe I saved it twice to the gallery, so you can find it as a residential, or you can find it as a residential rental. So again, I think of convenience because I love my fellow simmers. I love storytelling, gameplay, storytelling builds, all of that. And I get excited when I share my builds and other people dig it and like it and download it. So all that stuff is cool to me. So again, you're watching Plum Bob Diaries with MJ. Thank you so much for checking out my latest build tour and coming down memory lane with me in my memory lane series. So yeah, this has been a tour of my Del Sol Tower apartments. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.